If you haven't joined us over at Twitch in the evenings playing Middle-earth: Shadow of War, you really need to. It is an amazing experience. Last night was night 5. We went for 3 hours instead of the originally scheduled 2. What I'm noticing is that people are joining a lot later, so we have moved the schedule from 7:15 to 9:15 up to 8 to maybe 11 now, because so many people are interested in this. In 5 days, we've gone from 2 followers to 160. Last night, we had 64 unique people chatting in the chat room as well and having conversations with myself. It is, of course, a live stream, so I'm playing the game while I'm talking with you guys about any topic of the day you want. That's how relaxed Twitch is. We can literally talk about anything we want while I'm playing the game. Now, sometimes I get very into the game because it gets intense and there might be a couple of quiet periods, but there are plenty of people to talk to in the chat room, and I do my very best to keep up with you guys, ask questions, and anything you want to ask of me, it's pretty much all on the table. The game itself, the world, the scenery is absolutely expansive and beautiful. The screen that you're watching with the game is actually streaming in 4K. The little window that I'm in is only 720p, but the visuals on this game, I could just sit and watch alone, just literally flying through it. It's absolutely amazing. It ranges anywhere from snowy mountaintops to forested plains, deep forest where it's really green and somewhat underground in different places. This is kind of a blasted cityscape, but definitely join us. Last night, we were introduced to Shelob, who is actually a spider, and the storyline progressed very far. We went from level 12 all the way up to level, I think, 17 in one night. So a huge upgrade. But on another note, please, by the way, join us at Twitch. I will, of course, put the link down in the description, and you can follow us over there. And every single night for 2, maybe 3 hours, starting at 8 or just after, you can talk with us and be part of a real community where we don't have to worry about all of the restrictions that Google has on speech. The giant piece of duct tape that has been put over our mouths for the next few months, because there's opinions you're not allowed to have here. At least you're not allowed to express here. But just real quick, I wanted to play just a small snippet of last night, just so you guys can get an idea of what it's like. This is me in the upper right here. This little screen up here is, of course, 720p. This is you guys down here. This is what I see, and of course over here, here's the chat. Just an amazing, amazing response last night. It was really a breakout night. It really was, for the amount of people that showed up and were engaged. It's really incredible, and this can be a platform that we can, at some point in the future, replace YouTube with without really losing anything, because we're actually gaining something. We can play different games and have that going on and still be talking about the topics of the day like we do here, but we can engage with each other on it instead of just me sitting here talking into a video and then uploading it. Now, on another subject real quick. Once again, Google has struck, YouTube has struck, and down below the video, there's a little bar that has all of the masks that I've been creating. The vast majority of the links are broken, especially to the top sellers. All of a sudden, a couple of days ago, I noticed my mask sales have plummeted precipitously. And I was like, why? Well, you guys came through for me again, and people said, hey, the links below here are broken. We want to buy these things, but we can't. So, down in the first pinned comment, on this video, I'm going to put actual direct links to the stores that have all of these masks. So instead of clicking something once, you'll have to click twice. Once for the store and then once for the mask that you want. So this is the kind of things that YouTube creators have to deal with on a daily basis. Things that We shouldn't have to, and that's why I lead with talking about Twitch, because I really believe it's the future. Now, never been so happy to be wrong in my life. But there is a secret out there that people don't want you to know about, that they're going to try to keep hidden. Because, of course, the media is going to run with the story that Joe Biden has picked the first African American woman to be on a ticket, presidential ticket. She's not African American. In fact, she herself only describes herself as American, and I'm going to show you proof in today's video that she's not even remotely African American. And I think this is why, when asked, Kamala Harris herself says that she is only an American. Now, just as some background, many of you know I was a Spanish linguist in the military. Part of understanding the culture of Latin and South America is understanding that there are many distinct cultures down here. The native South Americans, the native Central Americans, and native Caribbeans are a very different people. They have their own governments, they have their own beliefs, and they have their own genetics. Now, her father, Kamala Harris's father, is Jamaican. Her mother is from India. Now, I'm sure many of you are like, yeah, but a lot of Jamaicans have African background because of the Columbian exchange when Columbus came here. That's true. However, there were native people of Jamaica. They were called Arawak, Arawak, and Taino, Taino. Okay? And these are images, coats of arms from those people. Now, here are some full-blooded Arawak Indians and Taino Indians. I want you to look real closely, not only at the girl on the right, who looks like she could be a young sister of Kamala Harris, but also the man on the left. And look at him. And the guy in the middle. Now, these people don't have any African heritage at all. They are native Arawak and Taino Indians from Jamaica. Now, here's a picture, young picture. This is a very, very young Kamala Harris, and this is her mother and father. I want you to look at the man right here. This is her father when he was young. He claims to be a descendant of an Irish plantation owner. Now, that's who his father may have been, but we don't know about the mother. This man is Alex Zacharias, a Taino, a full-blooded Taino Indian. Let's zoom that in. Pardon me. Let's zoom that in. I want you to look at these images closely. I really believe she is actually native Arawak Taino mixed with her mother's genetics from India. These are illustrations and images of what that group of people looked like. Now, it's true. Most of Jamaica now has a great deal of African influence in it. I don't think she does. That picture I took from an article that said Columbus did not kill us all, Taino documentary proves it. And this is Kamala Harris's wiki. And I just want to confirm everything that I just said about who her mother and father are. Mother is Shyamala Gopalan. I hope I have that name right. Father is Donald Harris. And in her early life and education, Kamala Devi Harris was born on October 20, 1964 in Oakland, California. Her mother, Shyamala Gopalan, was a breast cancer scientist who had emigrated from Tamil Nadu, India in 1960 to pursue a doctorate in endocrinology at UC Berkeley. Her father, Donald Harris, is a Stanford University emeritus professor of economics who emigrated from British Jamaica in 1961. for graduate study in economics at UC Berkeley. In a 2018 article written in Jamaica Global, Donald Harris claimed to be a descendant of slave owner Hamilton Brown. Biracial of Indian, Tamil, and Jamaican descent, Kamala Harris identifies simply as American. That's her identification. I'm not saying that. That's what she says. And I think there's a reason that she says that. Because when you look at these images, especially this gentleman here, and you put that up next to her father, these guys all look like they could be brothers, especially these two. This guy actually just looks like a younger, a little bit more skinny version of this guy. And especially this girl here. This girl looks like she could be Kamala Harris's daughter or young sister. And these are full-blooded Arawak and Taino natives from Jamaica, having no connection whatsoever to the continent of Africa. And let me be very clear, it's the media making this allegation, not Miss Harris herself. So, does this change anything about who she is? Not really, but it's definitely going to change if this would get out. It would definitely change the perception of who she is, that's for sure. So, anyway, I'm just going to cut that off right there and let you guys discuss, and I'll give you, of course, all the links, and you can look at this stuff for yourself, but honestly, looking at Kamala Harris and some of these pictures, especially this one, and this one, and this one, I think this is why Ms. Harris describes herself simply as American. So, you guys have a great night. Please join us over on Twitch. We can talk openly. We can speak freely. We can pretty much just lay it out there. And so many people have joined us now. It's really incredible. I'll give you guys the links to go over and follow. It's so much more laid back than Google and YouTube. It's where we can talk about things and you guys can talk with each other and meet each other. We have people that are getting introduced to each other every night over there. And, we got 2 or 3 hours to join us tonight. The schedule is 8:15 to 11 Eastern Time. So even on the West Coast, that would be 5:15 to 8. So, and maybe longer. It depends on how we're doing. I've said if the concurrent viewership stays in the double digits, I'm just going to keep playing as long as I can. So, anyway, you guys have a great night. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time.